usually enjoy watching my next guest on Fox News as the vivacious and outspoken host of the hit shows The Five and Outnumbered. In a candid new book, Making the Case, Kimberly Guilfoyle. There's the cover right there.
Yeah.
She shares the obstacles she's faced to become the woman she is today and wants to pay it forward by sharing advice with everybody. Joining me now, Kimberly Guilfoyle. It is so good to have you here. I'm so excited about this book.
I appreciate that. And you've always been so supportive of me and my career and always having me on. And so I greatly appreciate that. Women helping other women.
I love it. Okay, so here's the thing that blew me away about the book, right? So I see you every day. You seem so happy and upbeat. You're making jokes all the time. Yeah. You face some real obstacles.
Yeah. And I thought that was important. If people are going to invest in their time, their energy, and their hard-earned money, you better make it worth it. Give them their money's worth. So I said, Kimberly, you're going to have to open up. Some of this may be uncomfortable, but if they can benefit from some of the experiences and the really tough things that I went through in my life, I hope that it'll help them. Maybe I've done some good because I've been able to get to where I am today by people mentoring me, by people sharing the good and the tough times with me. And so here I am to do it and pay it forward, like you said.
You lost your parents at a very young age.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, so my mother was diagnosed with leukemia when I was 9 years of age. She passed away when I was 11. My father died Thanksgiving night, about 5 years back. But it was very tough because we had a very small family. My dad was, a single father, did a great job. There's a picture of him with my brother and I. That's me with Santa.
What a cutie.
Yeah, as a little girl. And so, I had to really rely on that valuable time that I had with my mom and the impressions that she left on me, that indelible imprint of having good character and integrity and making this life not about you. And then for my father, living a life with no regrets, meaning give it your best every day, no matter what the job is. And I had great pride when I worked at a delicatessen or I worked at a clothing store. I come here to work every day.
You in a deli?
Yeah, it was one of my favorite jobs. I was manager of delicatessen. I have an obscene relationship with salami. I just love cold meats. I know it's crazy. Everyone makes fun of me, but literally, even when I was a little girl and I went back to Ireland and I was 5 years of age, I packed a big thing of salami in my suitcase. So it was the best job for me. I loved making sandwiches and I wanted to earn the extra money, so that's what I did.
So funny.
Yeah.
So funny. Okay, so let's get down to some brass tacks here about the advice. What's the best advice you've ever gotten?
The best advice I've ever gotten, I would say, would have to be, from my father about making my case. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want, to be able to articulate, get in front of somebody. He said, you can't be afraid of a no, meaning I may ask you to come on your show, and worst thing that can happen is you tell me no, right? But I've lost if I haven't even put myself out there. So don't be afraid to be a little bit vulnerable, to show your eagerness and enthusiasm. And I believe oftentimes it will be rewarded. People really see when you're authentic, you're genuine, and you want to...
Totally true.
Yeah, absolutely.
People know. They can read it.
They really know. So if you're even going for like a job interview or something like that, I tell people be very prepared. If you want to get hired, let them know that that's your first choice. Make sure you dress the part, that you look professional. When I was trying cases, you might have seen me look a little different. I had my glasses on. I had my hair tied back, some pearls. High neck.
I can't imagine it. Okay.
Today a little different.
So I bet a lot of people don't know that you paid your own way through law school.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, had to move on from the deli job, but I was happy to have that job. I was making $6 an hour because I was manager, so it was a little higher than minimum wage. Yeah, at the time was great. And then I got discovered when I was working my other job, which is at close time, by someone whose daughter was modeling for a gourmet that was owned by the Ford agency. So I started doing modeling, everything from like beauty, fashion,
look at that,
lingerie. Yeah, if you're into cats. So
look at you.
So that was a little bit more innocent, so that was nice. But that paid very, very good money. It was something my dad supported me in. I wouldn't have done anything that was a disappointment to my mother and my father. To this day, I won't do anything that the next morning they told me you will regret,
I want more advice on two topics. One, divorce, the other real estate.
Divorce can be pleasant. I mean, as tough as it is, you can learn and grow. You can learn more about yourself, what you need to work on, and you can have a great relationship with your ex. I know I've done it twice. Now, I would like to, get married again. I believe in great love, so that's my nature. I'm a very warm, affectionate person and a Pisces, for those astrologists out there. But, I have a great relationship with Gavin. He's Lieutenant Governor of California. I still help advise him. We keep in close contact, and I co-parent really well with my ex-husband, Eric, who is my son's father. So we get along very, very well.
You make it work.
And we actually communicate and get along better now than when we were married.
Wow.
We've learned the language.
Your last best thought on real estate. I need to hear what you have to say.
Okay.
A lot of people out there are thinking about buying right now.
Listen, I'm big on real estate. I really, really love. People call me Mini Trump. Because I love to get places that need some little extra love and care, fix them up, and then sell them. Maybe live in them for a while, and I've done very well with that. I'm currently remodeling an apartment on the Upper West Side in New York, which is really exciting. And I've done this on my own with very little money to make the investment starting out. But sometimes that's all it takes, especially with some of the loans that are out there. I'm not afraid of some of these, variable rate. If you're going to take something, you're going to sell it, and you're in a good market like New York, to take 5-year interest only and that type of thing. But there's a lot of options out there, so do your research.
Do your research. That's always good advice. Before you go, I just want to mention the book is #1 on Amazon right now in the personal finance category.
Yes.
I believe number 13 overall. Amazon. That's huge.
And Amazon, so that's fantastic. So we're loving it. You can go on there, HarperCollins.com, and any of your stores. It's sold out on Barnes & Nobles today on Fifth Avenue.
Love it, love it. Making the case, how to be your own best advocate. The author, the wonderful Kimberly Guilfoyle. Thanks for coming on the show. So good to see you.
Thank you, my friend.